Welcome to Afterlife Topics and Metaphysics. This is your host, Cyrus, where we talk about complex, supernatural, metaphysical subjects, which are basically coming for you whether you like it or not. This stuff affects everybody, so you might not like this stuff, but even you closed-minded skeptics out there, you think you can hide from these topics forever, but it's not going to work, because sooner or later you're going to die. And that means you're going to have to confront all of these subjects. You might as well get a head start and start listening to what people like me have to say. That's just my 2 cents. I don't mean to preach. Today we're talking about, are we not meant to know about life after death? So this is a philosophical concept that is brought up frequently. I don't think I've done a video about this yet. I have mentioned it, I think, in my books to some extent, but I want to dive into it a bit on this video. So before we go further with that topic, if you haven't done so yet, I ask you to please hit the subscribe button, punch that like button, hit that notification bell, hit that share button. All of that will help more people to learn about these subjects, and it will literally prevent the channel from sinking, because the fewer people who do that, the less YouTube recommends the channel, and the more my analytics looks like this, blah, 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 all the way down. And nothing is more disheartening than seeing your analytics just drop off because YouTube is deciding, hey, this channel's not so relevant anymore. So it really sucks. I'm hoping I can get through this video without having to drink some water, because I'm feeling parched right now. I keep the air conditioner off when I do these videos, but I'm in Jakarta, Indonesia, so when you turn the air conditioner off for like 20 minutes, slowly you start melting. So I think I better get some water. Fortunately, I have a water jug right here. Cheers. All right. So, are we not meant to know about the afterlife? The basis of this idea is that if we're on the 3D plane to learn, then the whole point of being here is to have difficult, challenging experiences that help shape us as individual souls, not just pieces of the cosmic galactic soup where we all came from. We've broken off from that cosmic galactic soup. We've become our own individual entities, which if you follow like the left-hand path philosophies, like we are individual entities eventually becoming our own gods, who are still connected to the greater supreme God, all consciousness, but like we are fractal consciousness. So we are individual entities becoming God in our own sense, representing our own aspects, our own personalities, selves, desires, beliefs, but we're on a very, 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 very slow path to getting to that point. So how do you forge an individual personality? You do it through trial, hardship, difficulty, character building. And how do you do those things? By incarnating in a dense environment where there's lots of rules and physical laws, and everyone is being put to the test. It's kind of like a big cosmic reality TV show, and we're all stuck down here. We're all playing this game. So if that's the case, then it kind of makes sense that we're not supposed to know about the other side, because that creates a lot of the drama and intrigue on this side. The drama of death. Somebody's about to disappear, and there's this idea that we don't have abundance, that we're all limited, we're all going to fade away, that we have to love each other while we still have access to them, while we still have them, because we're all disappearing. I put in Google image search for like near-death experiences. You have lots of afterlife imagery here. What's a good one? Take a look at this image. Yeah, that kind of looks like somebody flying out of their body, nice little representation of the other side. So it kind of makes sense if we're not supposed to know about these things, because that's the thing that develops us, and then when we do cross over, we have this unbelievable experience of finding out that we were wrong, and everybody we said goodbye to, and everybody we thought we'd never see again, they're all around us again. So it creates this type of experience that probably some souls want. And the more we learn about the objective evidence of the afterlife, maybe that's disrupting this whole idea. And especially like the real information, when we learn about the other side being in many ways a world that can be very similar to this world, with people with houses and jobs and lives and girlfriends and boyfriends, husbands and wives and kids and Christmas parties and all that kind of stuff. And it starts to make this world kind of seem like a joke, doesn't it? And it also makes this world a little bit less valid when you think about that there's an astral replica of this world, which is theoretically way better than this world. So why come here? Well, that is definitely a one train of thought. And I guess here's why I disagree, or at least why I'm not on the side of fighting for ignorance. What I see is a civilization that is highly imbalanced. So yes, we do get those benefits of this character building by being exposed to this environment, but I also feel like because we're such an ignorant society, it results in widespread mental disarray, ignorance about our own abilities, an inability for our civilization to evolve, an inability to shake from the bondage of materialism, being stuck in this framework that that existence is quite meaningless, and that if we want to fill the void in our hearts, we should be pursuing the most amount of physical resources and then die with the most amount of physical resources, because somehow those gold-plated shower curtains that you bought for $6,000 once you were making $1 million a year is supposed to make you happy, and then you find out it's just filling an empty hole in your soul. And then that's why so many millionaires end up dining on bullets or jumping off of their New York penthouses, because their lives are not made happier by materiality. So why are all these problems so rampant in this world? Because people don't know about higher dimensional existences or the real nature of who we are. It's funny, I heard some weird noise. It's like I had like a neighbor or somebody. Well, somebody could be banging on the window because I'm up on the 18th level of this apartment, but I don't know. Anyway, nice way to distract me while I'm doing a video is anomalous noises in my apartment. Anyway, so this is the source of so many issues that plague our society. So on one hand, yes, maybe not knowing is beneficial, but on the other hand, I think it's time for a change, because we've been in this box for all of human history, and the only civilizations that have been outside of this box have been ancient religious Hindu or Buddhist type civilizations, which, although outside the box, still end up in their own kind of dogmas. And those dogmas, it leads to ideas that if you don't donate money to your Buddhist temple, then you'll have to reincarnate as an ox. So a lot of those ancient traditions also went way off course. So the only solution at this point is kind of the awakening that's happening right now. That, I rag on the quote New Age movement a lot, but that was one of the things to help spearhead a new global consciousness about the way it all really works. So if that leads to complete understanding of the afterlife, then I think it's time. Now, I know there may be drawbacks to this, but we've spent thousands of years involved in this other paradigm, and guess what? It's not working. Okay, maybe from a spiritual point of view, having that tough experience of ignorance is beneficial, but if we continue on this process, then humanity is only going to get sicker and sicker, and frankly, I'm done with it. I don't want to see it continue like this. I think a lot of people also feel the same way. So if we learn the full ramifications of the other side, we learn about these other dimensions, we learn who we really are, what we're really capable of, then later down the line we can worry about if we're having enough spiritual advancement. If we're having experiences that are challenging enough to us to be beneficial to us, we can figure all that out later. So I understand the amnesia, I understand not, the benefits of not knowing, but personally, I can't subscribe to that being a good thing. I've spoken to pretty advanced people who have subscribed to this and have basically believed that these ideas should all be relegated to the occult, the occulting of information, the hiding of knowledge for these spiritual reasons. But I'm done with it. And I think it's time for humanity to wake up. And if there's issues with this that arise, so be it. We'll deal with that later on. But it's time for everybody to know about death. It's time for people to eliminate that thing holding them back from what they're capable of. And so that's my opinion about this. What are your opinions? What are your thoughts about this subject? Let's hear in the comments down below. If you want to get involved, then you can check out afterlifetopics.com. Down in the description of this channel, you can see books like Understanding Life After Death and the follow-up, The Afterlife and Beyond. These are great books to learn about what it is like when you die. So that's a great place to start. And of course the Facebook group as well that you can join. That's it for this video. I will see you guys on the next one.